All right, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. I've been taking a break from long form videos. Wasn't supposed to be putting any out until the start of 2026, but I absolutely smoked my all-time squat PR on the buffalo bar, smoked my buffalo bar PR and my straight bar PR. I've been training with chains for the last month while I deal with injuries. The plan was to train with chains straight through until 2026 and then go back to straight weight when my hip was feeling better and show the results. But the hip was feeling great today. So I thought it'd be a great day, number one, to put my hip to the test. And then number two, if it felt good with straight weight, then we may as well see where I'm at on straight weight and see if the chains have been paying off. Okay, so after this set of warm-ups, I'll show you my best 2 sets with chains. But warm-ups, my hip felt amazing, so we decided to go for some big lifts. But first, here's a couple of my best sets training with chains. So this was 380 plus 80 pounds in chain at the top. That's probably my best, cleanest rep I had training with chains. After that, this was my heaviest set, 391 plus 80 pounds extra in chains at the top. This rep wasn't quite as clean. I was a little bit higher. Super happy with the depth on 380, but that's my top set at 391 plus 80 pounds in chain. Now back to today's workout. So 330 for 2 here. These felt really nice and easy, moved well. It's the biggest difference maker, I think, having trained with chains. Like that top set, 391 plus 80, 471 at the top. All these sets, when I unrack them, feel like lightweight. So 418, this would be a PR for me. My previous PR straight weight with the buffalo bar was 410. So 418 moved great on to 430. Never have attempted anywhere near 430 straight weight. Managed to get that, so I decided let's go for 440. This was my goal, to hit 440 by the end of 2026. So we'll just let this roll. So we'll talk more about that in a minute, but that was with briefs. So now we're doing 374 with no briefs, and then we're going to see what we can hit for a max with no briefs on. So here goes 420. Managed to grind out 420. Because that's obviously a 20-pound difference, 440 with briefs to 420, but I did hit 3 PRs, 418, 430, and 440 before that. So I'm guessing it's probably 15 pounds difference wearing the briefs, 10 to 15 pounds difference. I don't think I had 430 in me with no briefs on. My previous PR with no briefs with the buffalo bar was 391, so I'll take 420 all day long. Now, my depth has been getting a lot better on my heavy sets leading up to my maxes. Like that 380 plus 80 pounds in chain, I was very happy with. All my sets today leading up 374, I was super happy with. 418, I was even quite happy with. 430 was a little bit higher, and then 440 a little bit higher. And then the 420 with no briefs on, again, was a little bit higher. So next goal will be to hit 440 to parallel. I have zero desire to go below parallel. Just with the way I'm built, with my hip mobility and with my spinal fusion, I'm thrilled to hit parallel, and that it brings the results I desire. I've gotten a lot stronger. My legs are a lot more springy. I just feel better overall, so I'll take that all day long. Right after squats, move on to leg press. So one of the reasons my hip's been feeling better lately is I've just lowered my volume a lot on squats and deadlift. So leg press is one of the ways where I'm trying to make up for that volume. So what I do is I start at 405 and I just keep adding 90 pounds. I do sets of 12 all the way up to my top set there, which today was 3 sets at 815. So the goal is to get 5 reps. I got 5, and then the last set I was just to empty the tank. So I got 6 reps there. Next up we have hip thrust. So hip thrust start at 90 pounds. Do sets of 10, and then I just keep adding 90 pounds per set. So I got up to a set of 10 at 540. And then last set at 590. Managed to get 8 reps here. So we'll try to add to that again next week. Now you notice everything after the squats I'm doing on machines. And that is just, I can move a good amount of weight, get a good stimulus, but it doesn't stress my hip at all. So goal still heading into 2026 is just to get this hip as healthy as possible. Obviously I'm trying to build the squat up, but healthy hip is more important to me than max squat right now. I'm just happy the max squat's going up at the same time as the hip's getting healthier. And obviously between the chains and the machines, they have to be working. Previous to starting training with chains, my max Buffalo bar squat PR was 405 pounds. So to add 35 pounds, got to be doing something, right? Probably next week, though, I'll go back to doing some Bulgarian split squats. Now that the right hip is getting closer to being healthy, I can start to work the legs unilaterally just to make sure that everything is even as possible strength-wise. I know the right's going to be lagging a little bit behind due to this hip injury, so we're going to try to even everything out. For today's workout, though, I finished with 1 max rep set of leg extensions. Partial reps at the end just until I couldn't grind anything out anymore. So 150 pounds for 25 reps. Got an insane quad pump out of it. These, again, are an awesome accessory for me right now. I can get a great quad stimulus, but take 0 toll on my hips. So very thankful to have the variety of equipment that I have. And it's not by chance. Everything in my garage gym is picked specifically so that I can get a really good lower body session in, whether I'm feeling 100% healthy or I'm feeling really beat up. There's never an excuse. There's always something I can find to do to work my lower body hard. Finished up with a couple sets of hamstring curls. Just 125 pounds here for 2 sets of 20. I got some work on the glutes and the hips with the hip thrust machine. And then this is just to get some supplemental hamstring work in on squat day. I've been adding in a lot more adductor and abductor work as well. So you'll probably see me doing some more of that stuff on speed day after I do my lower body speed work. All right, so we're coming up to the end of this workout. We're going to be back to working chains on squat day next week. And then we'll really put it to the test at the start of 2026.